Hello everyone, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda, Marilyn Monroe Princess. In this part, we explore the wind guest... what
I get it. I get it, because it's...
now, because, you know, I understand the reference, but now I'm just picturing Ganondorf in that white dress.
Oh no!
Just trying to keep the dress down, and Link is...
Why Ganondorf? Why Ganondorf? Like, at the very least, Midna or Zelda, the princesses?
No, see, Zelda...
Link's already wearing a skirt, so, you know...
Ganondorf isn't here either.
Ganondorf is just funnier.
Yeah, it is funnier.
If Zelda's not here as your excuse, then the person you're picturing should be Uku.
Okay, it's like it was worth it saying Ganondorf just for your reaction.
I mean,
so
I don't know. I feel like John F. Kennedy would have better taste than Uku. You know, like let's be real. They're majestic, beautiful creatures, but not that kind of beautiful.
I'll take Ganondorf, thanks.
So you think? Wait, hold on.
Hard pass on that Uku.
So you think? I mean.
Well, no, because the wind blows up the dress, and it's like 7 Uku stacked on top of each other, and it's not as grotesque as
they can walk on walls.
Yeah, they just they do
whatever. They just do whatever they want.
They are. You know how it is. Also, we've been carrying one of these up our butt in every single dungeon up to this point. Why couldn't the Uku we've been carrying with us have us float over dungeon puzzles the entire time? Because I feel like that would have been extremely useful in several points.
Well, don't they leave us as soon as we begin this dungeon?
Yeah, they got what they came for, and they're pretty happy once we deposit them.
Well, no, there's still Uku's still in our pants at this point. What the Uku will do is it'll teleport us back to the item shop specifically. It won't teleport us back.
Oh, the Uku child, you mean?
Yeah, well, so the Uku child stays where we were, and the Uku parent... No, wait. The Uku parent teleports us back, and then the back outside, and the Uku child teleports us inside. So the Uku itself stays where we were. So we have both of them in our pants at this point, I guess.
Ew.
So the
you can tell I haven't used them very much.
Oh, they're convenient, but they're not really necessary. I actually enjoy using them in this dungeon though, because it allows you to get to the entrance relatively quickly without having to save and quit, which I find to be cheating. So
they're the magic mirror, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. Whereas I'm pretty sure in... Well, actually, you know what? I've never used them outside of this dungeon, so they probably would just take you to the beginning of the dungeon in all the other dungeons too, and then
that's what they do.
So yeah, so they basically are the magic mirror in that point.
Well, would there ever be a need to do that sort of thing?
I mean...
Because I always found, like, progression in Twilight Princess dungeons to be relatively linear. Like, there's not much reason to go back to the entrance point unless there's another door on the other side.
Here, it's kind of necessary.
Here, at some point, Lake Bed, since it's kind of split into the right half and the left half, it might be faster at some points. I mean, granted, yes, it's not usually necessary, but, you know, it's a nice option to have, I guess. I also have not tried to, like, speed run this game at all, so I don't know if there's any instances where backtracking via Uku would be preferable. I mean, granted, most Zelda speedrunners would probably just save and quit anyway because it's just quicker. So
it's in their genes.
Yeah.
Slash, they can probably just like clip through every single door ever anyway.
Oh
so.
yeah, no. When you gotta go fast, the laws of physics don't apply to you.
Pretty much.
Uku, no! You have so much to live. Oh, okay, you're fine.
You forget we can fly, right?
Well, sometimes it feels like you can't, so, you know. Seriously, what the hell are these things?
I don't know.
I'm not touching it. I can't.
No, you have to, otherwise you have
describe.
to go... Without touching them, you can't beat the dungeon.
No. Pretty sure there's a way you can...
There are some lines you just will not cross, not even to save the world, huh?
Oh no! Oh
well,
no!
There you go. You want your fast exit of the dungeon? I got you.
Oh wait, no!
Oh, you landed on a
I've done that
slope.
The best part about that one was that it looked like I was safe for a little bit. I'm bad at video games, just in case you haven't noticed.
It's
We've
okay.
noticed.
It's okay.
No, it's not. I'm a failure as a YouTube.
You're a failure as a YouTuber.
What will Ted do
Usually
now?
it's all the fail that gets the most laughs, right?
Well, you know, it's a given
It's
that you're a
entertainment
failure.
value.
It's a given that you're a failure as a YouTube, Ted. You can't even host a single video. I mean,
Yeah, but to be fair, I feel like any version of YouTube is also a failure, considering that they've had, 65 different site updates over the past 10 years, and not a single one has been better than the previous one.
not a single one has even been as good as the first one. I missed the first one. I mean, I get why they wanted to take away the ability to like let everyone have whatever image they wanted as a wallpaper, because you know, people are jerks.
Oh, I missed that though.
They ruin it for everyone by having stuff that's against the rules.
Yeah.
But the other things, like how well you could organize your page, well, you can still sort of organize your page in the current layout, but
Kinda, sorta.
but like,
I love into there. Hey, dumbass, use the iron boots.
yeah, it's like you have a certain number of slots and you can reorder those slots and you can give them different functions, but the pages always look the same, you know? The only real identity you can give your channel is through like the banner and the thumbnails and the.
I feel the removal of the personalized backgrounds is probably the biggest detriment, because now like every channel page is more homogenous.
Yeah.
And now you just identify through the banner, and that's about it.
Even Netflix, going from show to show and movie to movie, even Netflix gives their products more brand identity than we do.
There's more to the YouTube page if you're loading it up on a smart TV, but I don't know anybody that goes to a channel page via the smart TV.
Most people who spend a lot of time on YouTube are probably doing it on their computer.
Well, either that or they're just using the search bar function and just going. They know exactly what video they want to watch, and they don't have to visit that YouTuber's homepage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That too.
You know.
Hi, Alphos. You guys got a big downgrade in Hyrule Warriors, where you're like a mini boss here, and you're just like another dude in that game.
Hey, but this is not Hyrule Warriors. You have to actually try.
Everything in Dynasty Warriors type games is just another dude. Even the bosses, they're just another dude with more health.
Yeah. Depending on the character, you can get, like, especially in Hyrule Warriors, some characters are just ridiculously broken. Volga, I think has the easiest infinite combo in the game that can juggle anybody to death. And do you want to know what that combo is? Y, X, Y, X, Y, X. Alternate until win.
It's my type of combo.
Which is, I'm pretty sure, what Zero says to himself every night.
What? Why? Because of Marvel vs. Capcom, I think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Was he good in that game, or...?
Well, until Ultimate, and then Virgil took the crown.
But what about foot dives?
I mean, that has its own game, so.
I like drop kicks, yeah.
I like how.
Oh, how will Link get himself out of this predicament?
Oh
He
no!
won't.
Oh, no.
Okay, tune in right now. He doesn't. Game over.
I like
All right,
how,
okay, buddy. Take two.
I like how sometimes
Game over. Return of gravity.
I like how sometimes you can pull the enemy toward you, and sometimes their feet are just like too set into the ground, and you pull yourself toward the enemy instead, which is basically the Devil Bringer.
Well, I guess it kind of makes sense in terms of physics. Like, it's easier. There's nothing for him to latch onto to resist the force
Yeah.
in the air, but if he's on the ground, then he can dig his talons into the ground, and thus it's more likely that we'd be grabbed to him instead. You know?
Yeah. It's just, you know,
Depends on the weight.
Unfortunately, Link does not have the advantages of agility that Nero does, so he can't use the whole pull himself toward the enemy part as an advantage.
What if he had the iron boots on while using grapple hook?
I do not know.
That would be a
It's-
really that would be a real neat attention to detail if it didn't work that way.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool if they did that.
I have no idea, actually. Hopefully somebody in the
It's
comments
like, because
knows.
in other games, especially with Ocarina of Time, if you use the Clawshot, the Hookshot on an Iron Knuckle, you go to them because they're so heavy.
Okay,
But
but
if you had iron boots on,
what about like Gibdos though? Why does that make sense?
Because
you get dragged to them, and they're literally just like skin and bones.
evil presence.
they're using quintillion ply toilet paper to wrap themselves.
Yeah, super dense.
I'll go
One
with
wipe
that.
and your ass explodes.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No wonder
Let's
that
see
company
the-
went out of business.
Yeah, I know. It was really short-lived.
And then Charmin went bankrupt.
Cha cha cha.
Yay!
Clawshot.
Wait,
Shot.
I already have one of these. What am
But
I
now you have
supposed to do?
another one.
Wear both
Now you
of
have
them?
two.
That's that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then by the game's end, you'll have 4 claw shots, and you'll walk around like Voldo from Soul Calibur.
Spider Link does whatever a Spider Link does. What does a Spider Link do anyway?
Nobody
Angle.
knows.
I mean, I say
look for
Spider
other
Link
claw shots.
in full knowledge that chains are made of links. So,
Ooh.
Oh,
You know.
Oh my god.
It
Puns.
all comes full circle in the circle of
Items.
sure.
items, yeah.
It
the claw shot always made more sense to me than the hook shot.
Oh yeah,
Because, like,
for sure.
the hook shot, how do you get the hook out of the thing it hooks into?
The game cuts past Link just like pulling on it really, really hard after every time he uses it. Like he's got to like yank the thing out of whatever surface that it got stuck into. It takes a
Yeah.
lot of work.
I thought he just hacks into it with his sword or something.
Well, wouldn't that break the sword or the claw shot though?
Eventually, yeah.
mean-
I mean,
Okay, look, if we're going to start
Probably.
talking about the logistics and realism of a hook shot, it doesn't work in the first place.
I mean,
Neither would a claw shot, so.
You blow your arm out just launching the
but
damn
grappling hooks are cool.
thing. I mean, they are, which is why I'm willing to look past that bullshit.
When is a Zelda game gonna give us a jetpack? God damn it!
Whenever we get the
wait.
future-based one.
I would say never, but we did get a motorcycle in the last one, so
Yeah, so anything's possible after that.
Yeah, the future Zelda. Have they actually talked about doing it, or is it just like a theory?
I think it's still ways off.
It's been a light rumor for a while now. I don't think it has any merit. It's just probably an idea that's been floated around a bit.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the next 3 Zelda was not maybe they're 6-7 years old.
Well, I mean, probably, yeah, especially.
well,
if they're-
aside from the Link's Awakening remake.
well, I mean, if they're
Yeah.
gonna make it another Breath of the Wild style game, almost certainly. But if it was set in the future, though, that'd be really, really cool. So they should do it.
and the double.
I'm a medieval junkie, so I would be kind of sad.
Let go, Ted. Let go.
No, I'll fall. Oh,
No. Then he almost walked right off.
Almost self-fulfilled destiny there.
Almost I like how the double claw shot finally gives you a reason to actually use the Z targeting to use it rather than always manually aiming everything.
yeah, because that way you can actually feel like Spider-Man as opposed to the world's most neurotic Spider-Man, where he's like, okay, I gotta aim towards the story 72. Okay, thwip. Okay, got it.
knew
All right.
That comic book didn't sell
Now I
very well
gotta
with a lot of
calculate
Spider-Man.
the swing trajectory in order to get to Broadway. All right, I'll have to let go at 63 degrees
Well,
exactly.
hold on a second. Isn't that something that I don't remember? That's something that's actually brought up in the game itself, the PS4.
Well, I
game.
mean, yeah, because the physics and the timing of doing that kind of stuff would require a lot of brain power and instinct to do, which nobody would probably be able to do it unless they were A, as smart as Peter Parker, and B, had a spider sense.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's yeah, okay. I remember now. It's when he's talking to Miles in the PS4 game, and he's like, "Hey, do what you do, swing around buildings." Like, it's not as easy as just thwipping and swinging. You have to consider trajectory, speed. Where do you want to go and land on? And it's like, well, I never really thought about it.
No one ever really thinks about the
Progress is
logistics of superheroing.
No.